Welcome this morning. I don't know if any of us need introducing, but we'll do it anyway. This guy down on the far end.
Hi, Philip Dutton.
Allison Springer, Mike Huber, myself, Karen O'Connor, Buck Davidson, Kim Severson, and Will Coleman. There are many roads to Rome, many ways to deal with the mind and the body of a horse. And so I think my understanding of this next hour is to be able to have you guys tap into a little bit of the intellect up here on some of the challenges and some of the journeys that we have with our horses, and training solutions is what it's called. It's a Q&A hour, so I'm sure you all came with your questions and answers. They can be to the general group, or they can be specifically to a person of your choice. I wonder if there's anybody out there that's got a training question that you might have.
It's a great question. I go to a lot of events in a lot of different parts of the country, so I see a lot of different, levels, and I think you see good horses and not so good horses all around. Answering the question about, could we have better horses, or is that something that we would like? Of course, you always want. Everybody's striving to have a better horse, and certainly the horses of today, I think, are better and more refined than what we saw 20 years ago. What I think is lacking, especially when you see it in the warm-up before people go out, especially at the lower levels, is sort of an, I don't know if you want to call it an intensity, but just the rider getting in the flow of things. And I think in America, a little bit is perpetuated by the way people are trained in the warm-up at the lower levels to go cross-country. It's like a little riding lesson, instead of them really getting in the feel and the flow and trying to engage with their horse before they go out on course. And I see a lot of tentative riding where they're trying to see the perfect distance, and I think trainers need to inspire their riders to sort of emotionally get psyched up a little bit to go out on course and to do a good job with their horse. And a lot of time it turns out I watch a riding lesson on basics that should have been taken care of at home.
I think, there's so many people coming into the sport now. The sport has evolved and changed. I mean, it was not, not that long ago, all it counted was to get around the cross-country clear, and now there's so much more goes into it. And with the courses being more technical, a lot of the major faults that I would see would be people not really preparing and understanding what they have to do on the cross-country, but rather the horse just using his speed or his adrenaline to get over the jumps. And so if I had to, one thing that sort of gets to me a bit, or I would like to change, would be, more understanding and feel for, the different questions that are on the cross-country.
I just have two quick things. One thing that I see in general is security and position from the riders. There's a general, I think riders aren't these days jumping without stirrups and doing things like that we've all done in the past. I think that could be one of the things I see. And the other thing is jumping far too many jumps in the warm-up, again and again and again and again, trying to get it to be perfect. So I think kind of knowing what you actually need to, how many jumps you actually need to jump to have your horse warmed up, and not trying to perfect it in the warm-up is a big thing that I see.
I'll say something, I guess. I think it's, we're all saying the same thing. The big thing is that in the warm-up, it's not a place for a lesson, it's a warm-up. You're supposed to have your homework done, so you get to the test and you take the test. You don't read your cliff notes before you go. You just go and do your warm-up and have your horse ready, like Kim said. And all these guys have said it's a feel thing, and at that point, the trainer really, to me, has to stay out of the way and just get them fired up and ready to go, like Mike said, but not give them a lesson. If they don't have the tools before Saturday, they're not going to get them on Saturday.
All really great answers. If I was to say one thing, I would say because we have a qualification system to go up the levels, I see in our country the emphasis is on qualifying to get to the next level. And I think we have to be very, very careful that riders and horses stay at a level at which they can acquire all of the skill for that level and beyond before they go to the next level. And not to just become qualified. Just because you're qualified on paper doesn't mean you're qualified to go to the next level. And it's even just as important as your horse's experience level to be able to then go to the next level and have that be as simple for them at the next level as it was at the level before. And you see that in the warm-up. You see people warming up where you know, because you've hit the ground enough yourself, that they are in danger of going out on the cross-country course without enough preparation and experience to do those courses safe and easy.